Matt.
Are you going no camera today, Tuck?
Oh, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Jesus.
Thank you.
Am I flying solo on camera? You look great. Don't waste that day. Look
Oh,
at that hair. Looks good.
got a haircut.
I just say you look sharp.
Mm.
Get a haircut today, but I went bald last week with no hat and lost the best bet, so that won't ever friggin' happen again. And it is because of a hat. I lost the best bet last year not wearing a hat. I know better than this. So I'm going to start off with a quick
Wait,
rant.
wait.
Sorry.
So
Sorry.
you did not wear your hat last week and
Yeah,
you
I
got
didn't have a hat on last week.
okay. Hmm.
At least I don't think I did.
Do you have a track record of when
I
you wear
lost
a
best
hat?
bet last year with a hat on, and I remembered it, and I forgot. Well, I forgot about it, and then I went back and I double checked, and I sure as shit did.
Hmm.
Yeah, don't ever do that
Interesting.
again.
Interesting. I just didn't think that was a you were that superstitious,
I
but here
am.
we are.
Yeah, really? Uh, you
I
know,
took you as a nutball or a nut bar watching these games. Yeah, I knew that, but I didn't know you to the extent of should I opt for a hat or not.
I mean, you can ask my neighbor about how I felt about my best bet 'cause he heard me yelling.
We're not gonna point out what you yelled,
No, no, we're not. We're not.
even
We'll let the
though
people use their imagination of what I said. But
there is no FCC regulations on podcasts, but I will
no,
have
we draw the line. We draw the line. I was out of line.
editorial decision of not to
Yeah,
broadcast
I was as
what
out
you
of line as that kick was.
think. So
But
I
oh,
gotta say, overall, week one, Matt, it was not fun.
I w-
I did not have a good time. Usually, I embrace week one as a holiday, and right around 2 o'clock, I'm like, this is not gonna go well at
you know
all.
what's funny is like
On either my bets or watching the Patriots, seeing I'm a Patriots fan, I was just like, this is not gonna be a good day at all.
it's I'll tell you what's funny is Friday night the Brazil game, Chargers Chiefs. You were obviously on the under in that
Oh, I
game, and talk about a shit loss too. Because I was talking to my buddy Felix, listens to the show all the time. Call me. He's like, we were talking. We're like, Tuck's in great shape. 3 possessions, 7 minutes. Uh,
yeah.
just ridiculous way to lose that game. Mahomes on a 4th and 7 throws like a 50-yard bomb. Butker kicks a field goal to just put it over the total.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I
awful.
I went to bed the half, and when Marion Hampton ran out of bounds
Mm.
to stop the clock, I was like, "That's it. My under's fucked." Like I knew somehow,
Little things, yeah.
that those 3 points that Harrison Bucker got when they rushed onto the field, I was like, "Watch, they're gonna nail this."
59 yards nonetheless.
Yeah, and they like rushed on the field to do it, like
Yeah.
practice 101. I was like,
Yeah.
watch, he's gonna fucking hit this, and then I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning and I'm gonna get fucked over these 3 points. Sure enough, that's exactly
Show
what
enough you
happened.
did get hosed.
So I knew right from there on that Friday night or that Saturday morning when I woke up and I saw the final, I was like, this is not gonna be a good week one. And that's exactly how it played out. I hated everything about it. Not great. Not great. Um,
But
yeah.
what pissed me off on Sunday, and I was talking to a few people about this because people that I'm friends with that I gamble with, like, you know, group chats, all that, all summer. Who you like? Who do you think your best bet's going to be? I'm like, Rams,
Ram.
Rams. I bet it. I was with you in down the Cape a few weeks ago. Rams, Rams, Rams. Rams are the best bet. They're winning that game by a field goal at least. Morning of moves to 3. I should have kept it as my best bet. Still 2.5 in plenty of spots. Closed 2.5. I was just so pissed off at myself for that one, Tuck. Um, I deserve that. I deserve that. That's what you get when you bet the Atlanta Falcons. And like I liked both evenly, so it wasn't like a crazy change. But taking him at 3 versus I thought the value of Atlanta, I thought they were going to win the game outright. Should have won the game outright.
Yeah.
At least should have went to OT.
They on their final possession too, they should have hooked up twice on a touchdown.
Yeah,
Penix overthrew it, or the wide receiver, I forget who it was, undercut him. But that was the play. They drew it up and they called it twice in a row.
had it.
Yeah.
Had it.
Um, yeah, that one
Frustrating.
hurt. That one hurt.
That was a frustrating way to start the year. But last year I lost my week 2 best bet. I did win my week 1 best bet. So we have started 1-1 in the past. I feel better about it today. I'm going against a lot of money though. I'll tell you that right now. I will
For your week
be,
two best bet.
yep, and I'm okay with it.
All right, cool. Well,
Okay.
just give us
Yeah,
other
quick
than
recap.
yeah, quick recap. Why don't you run through it quick?
All right, Tuck. Giants +6 was your best bet. That was a loss. That was a double like for the show. They were
That's a
hanging in
low.
there. They did what we thought they would do on defense, to be honest, but we underestimated just how bad that offense is and
That's a
how
low.
bad Russell Wilson can actually be. Um, Geez, do I have concerns about that team after watching them? They got to play Jackson Dart. I think you're going to see Jackson Dart a little bit, maybe like a package or something in this week's game. If they play as bad as they did, Russ is not long for that job. That's my hot take there. Uh,
Completely agree.
Chiefs Chargers under. We just chatted about that. It was a loss, tough one. Browns 5.5, nice win there. They should have won that game outright.
Yeah.
Bengals yet again, week one, 7 total yards in the second half for the Bengals. 7 with Joe Burrow. That's crazy to me. Browns nice cover there. Pats Raiders over 43.5. Didn't get there. Pats looked tough. Drake
I
May
mean,
looked bad.
if Drake May looked capable and the play calling was better than it was from
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels, I'm sorry, that game's easily in the 20s.
Should have been. Yeah, I
Should have
was
been.
surprised by that. And yeah, the unfortunate Bowers going out for a little bit hurts
Yeah.
the Raiders a little bit, but yep, that one was well under that total. And then Panthers Jags, the Panthers are still waiting for week 1 to show up, I guess. So that they never got there. The Jags too. Um, in market, final score looked a little fluky. They only threw for 170 yards. He did run for 200, but 71 of those yards were on an ETN run. So,
Yeah.
low scoring game there. 1-4, tough start for you, Tuck, but I feel a bounce back coming for you. Okay, I feel
Yeah.
a bounce back. Talk the confidence in you, but I feel it.
Confidence is
Um,
rattled, Matthew.
don't get rattled. This is
I
gambling. We're gonna have good weeks. We're gonna have bad
beyond
weeks.
rattled, beyond rattled, because I can't
Well,
pull the fucking bankroll right now to save my life.
we're going to start week 2. That's what we do. This is our favorite week of the year. It's definitely mine. The overreaction Sunday. I can't wait. My recap, Atlanta, we talked about. I can't talk about it anymore. I was so very angry all week. I still not over it. I have a lot of things I can say, but we've chosen not to say them for um,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
podcast purposes. But no, in general, just disappointing. They should have won that game. They should have been up much more. Baker Mayfield started so slow in that game. I think he was like 1 for 7. Just can't happen. End of the day, loss. Rams -2.5, of course, a win. It's already talked about the Giants loss. The Niners, I feel lucky to win that game, but as a fan, I
They
was
had
happy.
like hell
But
to lose that game.
holy shit! But you know what? It was the type of game I thought it was going to be. Like I thought that would be a low-scoring dogfight of a game, but kudos to Seattle. Their defense is legitimate. We'll talk about them. Green Bay -2.5, easy. The Lions are everything I said they were going to be all off season. They looked awful. It was Green Bay all the way there. That was not even close. So that was an easy winner. 3-2 for me, but 0-1 on best bet.
All right, cool. So on the week I was 1-4. Who gives a fuck for me? But for Matt, just above 500, 3-2, and obviously 0-1 on best bets. So like you said, Matt, we got to bounce back this week in a big way, or else.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. Before we head over to week 2, I just want to point out I've been experimenting on YouTube. I clipped like a 1 minute thing. I'm trying to like learn YouTube as we go here.
Mhm.
Again, it's just me, literally, it's just me and Matt doing all this. And we have 2 kids, 2 full-time jobs, so it's tough to navigate this, but trying my best. And I've been doing some research on YouTube, cut up a 1 minute clip of me melting down last week about the college football traditions, and I used AI to help produce the title and the description, which seemed to help because right now
Ah, look
it's
at
at
that
80,
little AI
85 views, which isn't bad for only 82
little clip.
subscribers. By the way, at Better In Laws on YouTube and socials. If you want to give us a follow and a like and a subscribe, please do that if you haven't. Uh, got a comment from some random guy.
Love that.
Want to hear it? And I need some sort of help. Uh, on the couch, if you will, the therapist couch, and trying to comprehend what this comment means.
I've
Uh,
not seen this, by the way. I've not seen this yet.
yeah, on purpose. I just want to get your instant reaction to it.
Let's go. I love this.
Hipsned
Hipsned.
uh, said, "Great job leading people down the road of financial slavery to huge
Love this.
corporations. You're
Yeah.
guys." What?
Love that. You know what? That's what we're here to do, Hipsned. And I hope that you put a lot of money
Tips
on both of our best bets. I hope you parlayed it actually, and I hope you lost both everything. Hope you lost your
Great
home
job
loans.
leading people down the road of financial slavery to huge corporations. You're great guys.
Oh
No
God, go
punctuation.
sell some slush, pal. All right, why don't you go sell some slush? Do you make your own slush? Make your own business. It will have a watermelon. You can do whatever you want. You can go outside and sell slush for a living and sell to kids. And that's, because nothing is about corporate America. No one's trying to make money in this world. Let's just live in la la land in the woods and be an all time hippie. And, you
These
know,
corporations, man. You heard about these
corporations.
corporations?
God, people suck. People
Yeah.
suck.
The
First of all, we're not
corporations.
leading anyone down anything. We do this podcast to explain why we bet the games we bet. We're not telling you you have to bet anything that we bet. In fact, we're very open about how we gamble. Tuck, you say like I'm the guy on the couch. Matt, you spend a little more time in the lab over there dissecting everything you can dissect. I spend a lot more time on this stuff than I probably should, but I enjoy it. I love it, and it's been profitable for me. But end of the day, we still don't tell you you have to take this. Our best bets, we don't tell you you have to take. So, also, I very much support the bookie. All right, I very much respect and still will use a bookie. How about that? No corporation, very illegal, and I'll do it tomorrow if I want. So there you go. It's not all about DraftKings or FanDuel or MGM or Caesars or corporations, pal. So enjoy your slush and go to a bookie.
I'm not even offended. I just like I don't understand how that applies to us. You know, doesn't make
I
any
don't know either,
because
but
again, the video is about me,
talking
quote
about
unquote,
college
melting
football.
down about college football intros.
Yeah, probably like a bot. It's probably a bot.
I honestly, it wouldn't shock me at this point.
But hey, Hispad,
Ever.
what's that his name? Hispad?
Kick Kipsned.
Hipsned. Throw us a like, buddy. Throw us a like.
Kip.
Throw us a down like. I don't care. Throw the thumbs down. Throw me a thumbs down. Do anything you want. But make sure you bring me a slush.
Yeah. All right, Matt. Well, with that, let's go over to week 2, and try to rebound here.
All right.
Uh,
I think that's a good idea, Tuck.
you
You
want to
want to
start
kick
with
us off?
yeah, Thursday night football or oh no,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Thursday night football, though. Yeah. Well, do we usually do that first?
We did last week. What do you want to do? Just our likes first?
Let's do likes
All
and
right,
then the
like
rest. Because we
we'll
do
do
the
that.
rest, we'll start with Thursday. We will do Thursday night football, though.
Yeah. All right, let's do it with the likes first. Looking at we have 2 plays from
Oh, we
this
do. Yeah. 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 Look at that.
this game,
Let me switch this.
and we are looking at the Bills and Jets. Point total in this one is 46.5, and the spread is 7, obviously favoring the Bills. Is that a steep spread for a divisional rival like the Jets, who stunned everybody in week 1? And I thought they were probably the biggest story of the week in terms of surprises, right?
Yeah, I liked what the Jets did. You want me to go first, or you want to go
Yeah.
first?
No,
We have
take it
different
away.
plays in this game, not against each other, but you're on a total. I'm on a side.
I'll just say I'm on the over 46.5. I think this is another shootout.
Mhm.
We saw what the Bills just went through, a very, very emotional win over the Baltimore Ravens. Um, and it was a shootout.
Mhm.
What was it, 81 points in that game?
81, yeah.
Sunday Night Football teams are going to be fatigued coming off of that.
Hell of a game, by the way.
Yeah, and I didn't see the end of that. Went to bed. That's what sucks about my job. I have to be here so early, so I miss everything. That's exciting. But I think that Justin Fields is going to come right back on this Bills defense that let up 40 against a very good Baltimore offense, and they're going to have issues with Justin Fields. Um, I think it's a shootout, and this has not been the history of these two teams, divisional opponents here. So you might be like, hey, what the hell? You usually play the under in these divisional matchups. Well, I'm going to say another shootout, 46.5 over.
Support that, Tuck. I do support that. I haven't played that, but I do support it. I
That's
was
another
pretty
thing, real
hammered
quick,
on Sunday.
real
Oh,
quick,
go ahead.
real quick. Brees Hall is going to go absolutely ape shit.
Okay.
Ape shit.
Ape
Mark,
shit. Get him
mark
in your
it down.
DraftKings
Look what
lineups.
look what Derrick Henry just did with that Buffalo Bills defense, rush defense. You don't think Brees Hall was watching that game and salivating? Oh, they're gonna have fun with Brees Hall on Sunday.
All right. Well, I was hammered on Sunday, and I passed out in the middle of the Bills Ravens game because I was in a yeah, I had a lot of drinks, a lot of drinks. But I woke up and I had Monday off because I'm a genius, and I had recorded that game so I could rewatch that game, and I did. I rewatched it first thing in the morning after the kids got to school,
Yeah.
and what that game was awesome. What an ending. But as you say, Tuck, you come off that emotional win. Now you got the lowly Jets, who were one of the more surprising teams, I'd say, of week one. I totally agree with you. You're stealing my handicap. I'm on the Jets here, plus the 7. Look, Buffalo struggled in New York, even though they are a New York team. When they go to the Meadowlands, they don't exactly blow the Jets out of the water. They've obviously had success in beating the Jets, but the Jets have played them tough, and the Jets have got them a few times outright. So I expect this game to be close. I know one thing that I find very interesting, and I was going to mention, I think Brees Hall's going to have a day as well, for what it's worth, but
Okay.
we'll get there. The Jets are kind of like the grocery store brand version of the Ravens with the way that they run their
Okay.
offense. Um, you know what I'm trying to say here? Like Justin
Kirkland.
Fields, like a little like first of all, Justin Fields running the ball. I, I think he's not as good as Lamar, but it's closer than the average person thinks. That guy is talented with the ball
Oh
in his
yeah,
hand.
yeah. His best trait.
Yes, no question, no question. And he's throwing the ball much better. Like he looked more comfortable out there. Of course, he had his buddy from Ohio State, the nice connection with Garrett Wilson. They played together there. They looked great in week one.
Yeah.
I like that for the Jets. I thought they were very interesting team to watch on offense. That Pittsburgh Jets game went exact opposite to what I thought was going to happen. Two good defenses, two offenses that I thought would struggle a little bit. Nope, it was kind of the other way around. Now, I was just saying, like Brees Hall had himself a day against that Steelers defense. What's he going to do against this Bills run defense who cannot stop a nosebleed? And I know it's the Ravens, they're different, but I don't think that's
125
getting
plus.
fixed.
125 plus.
Yeah, I don't think that's getting fixed in 7 days, right? So that's just me. I think they have massive issues with that run defense, and that defense in general for the Bills. I mean, as good as Josh Allen is, and man, is he fun. And he's throwing out there to Keon Coleman, who I like, but let's be real, if that's your best target, you better be on, and God Almighty always is. So like, good for him and good for that team. That was a fun game, but this week not so fast with the plus 7 here. I thought the Jets outplayed the Steelers on Sunday. That was another game I rewatched. I thought they were the better team. I did unfortunate ending. It just be the Jets being the Jets and lose that game. But I expect this to be a close game. Huge emotional win, as we mentioned, for the Bills, like a playoff game for them. Now they come back. They go against the Jets, who have played them tough. I like them getting 7 at home. I think it's close. I
Mm.
wouldn't be shocked if the Jets outright win this game, Tuck. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm not betting it. I'm not betting their money line, but I
Pussy.
think this is going to be close. Yeah, a little bit of a pussy, but dude, I can't with Josh Allen at the end of a game and the
Just do
Jets
it.
at the end of a game.
Just
The
do it.
Jets are the Jets still. Let's face it. But other thing I wanted to say, like they'll give you the Jets plus 7, but I started to mention week 2 is one of my favorite weeks to bet. It's an overreaction week. Everyone overreacts to week 1. You see the lines, like what they come out, where they move.
Same can be said for real quick, Matt. Same can be said in terms of fantasy football too.
Totally.
You see some surprise drops on waivers on
Oh,
day
crazy,
too. Just
crazy.
yeah, but keep going.
One thing to note: if you go back the last 18 years, let's just take that number. If you just bet teams that are 0 and 1
Hmm.
playing against teams that are 1 and 0,
Hmm.
54 and 40 ATS over the last 18 years. And it makes sense, right? Because nobody wants to start 0 and 2. You get a little bit more of those desperation. That's what I look for. What teams could we well, first of all, you got to look at the line because if the line's not overreacting, you can't overreact. But like I do think this is a little bit high. I don't think this is a much like too much to do with overreactions. I just think everyone loves Buffalo and the market knows what's going to happen. Okay, everyone's going to look to bet Buffalo in this game. Uh, but just be careful with the 0 and 1 to 1 and 0 is there's a little bit of extra. You do not want to start 0 and 2. You just don't. Not to say you're not going to make the playoffs because you're 0-2. We see it happen, but you dig a hole for yourselves right away, and you're always playing catch up. Think about the Bengals. They've been constantly been 0-2 over the last few years,
Yeah.
and like trying to dig out of that. Last year they didn't get there. They came close, but they didn't get there. Bet they would have liked to have that win against the Pats in Week 1, right? Or one of those other losses they had early. So just keep that in mind. I like to just throw that out as a caveat for people that are looking to try to find an edge.
All right, so total 46.5 over and Jets +7. Quick two likes there from the better-in-laws here. I'm going back to the well for my second like here, kind of piggybacking off your best bet last week and kind of going back to the theme of emotional wins. And I'm looking at the Atlanta and Minnesota matchup here. Atlanta, give me the best possible line, Matt, but I'm going to take the Atlanta side on this one. I'm seeing 3.5s. I'm seeing fours. Yeah, I'll take a four if it's there, but I'm
Just
comfortable
force.
with 3.5 as well. But yeah, let's go four.
Mhm.
On the road in Minnesota. Like I mentioned, JJ McCarthy, great debut. Very iffy first half, but overall, just a really solid second half and a comeback victory in Chicago. A very tough place to play on Monday Night Football there. So I think that Atlanta should have won last week, and I think they can keep it within a field goal. It's as simple as that. I think that Drake London's going to be fine. He's got a sprained shoulder. He's going to play. Bijan Robinson is going to look elite. I like what I saw with including Kyle Pitts in that offense with Michael Penix. Good to see that. Very encouraging. So I think Atlanta can keep it close. Not sure if they win, but 3.5, 4. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Atlanta, maybe I hate myself, but I bet Atlanta a couple days ago at 5.5, right after Minnesota won. I thought that was way too many points. Again, thinking about sort of similar handicap from Minnesota coming off a massive emotional high Monday night win, short week now for the Vikings. Yes, they get to go home.
Yeah. Right.
And you said McCarthy played a good second half. He played a great fourth quarter. They were losing 17-6 going into that game, into that fourth quarter, excuse me. Um, I just think that Atlanta's offense is going to be better than they were last week. I thought they had a lot of missed opportunities. They'll clean that up as they go. I think they can go toe to toe with Minnesota here. I think Minnesota probably wins the game, but whoever wins the game, it's going to be a field goal game. So I support that. I bet it at plus 5.5. Not a pick for me on the show because that number's gone, and I like other things more now at this point. But it would have been a double like had it been
Five.
even mostly 4.5s to be honest.
Yeah. So I'll take the Atlanta +4 there. Matt, what's your second like?
All right, Tuck. For me, let's go. I'm going to Pittsburgh for the Seahawks Steelers game, and I'm going to take the Seahawks here +3.
Oh,
First of all, I make Pittsburgh a
lot
one.
coming from you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, listen, I make this game Pittsburgh -1, so I immediately have 2 point value, getting a key number of 3. And I alluded to this earlier, but Seattle's defense was straight up impressive last week. And I think they're going to be continuing to play good football. They're young, but they have a good defensive minded head coach. Um, and for Sam Darnold, I'll give him this. I think the guy was playing sick. I think there were reports he was having the flu. And I thought he played pretty well, all things considered. Led them down. Of course, he fumbled on the strip sack at the end, but he led them down to almost come back and win that game. Anyways, even after the late touchdown by the Niners, like he got right back in. JSN became a monster. And I think Seattle's run game gets going in this game. They struggled to run the ball last week. Charbonnet looked like the better back of the two, but if you mix in Walker and Charbonnet in that offense, they will run the ball. We just saw what Brees Hall did to this Pittsburgh defense. The other side of it, like when I was talking about Seattle's defense, the Pittsburgh O line is still like a mess. And I think they can really get after Aaron Rodgers in this game. I think they can take advantage of that. Other thing is for Seattle, they come west to east better than just about any team in football. They were 7-1 on the road overall last year, so just something to note. And they've done this in the past. They came to Detroit. They beat Detroit in week 2 a few years ago. Last year, they came up to New England and won that game. And, I just think the Seattle team they're one of those teams that they can win. They can win games running the football, playing good defense. I think Darnold does enough in this game to keep them in it. I think Seattle could win this game outright with ease. Well, not ease, but like a close game either way. If I'm getting the +3, I feel really really strong about it. This almost was my best bet for the
Wow.
show. I liked one other game
Well,
more.
let me add one more wrinkle to support your play here, Matt, and that's the familiarity that Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald has versus Tomlin,
Hmm.
seeing that he
For
was
sure.
the former Baltimore Ravens coordinator,
Yep.
defensive coordinator. So he knows pretty much what the Steelers' offense is as much as anybody, really.
Yep.
Um,
With the
yeah,
Steelers again,
love
we
it.
said last week. I said
Sharp play.
Mike Tomlin as a favorite is not where you want to play Mike Tomlin, and they did not cover last week. They closed three, some
It
2.5s out there. It didn't matter. The Jets covered that spread. So, um, you
Pittsburgh
know,
-3 on their home opener is square as square gets.
yeah. I mean, if this was 3.5, I would have been. This would have been my probably one of my favorite bets of the season. That's the difference there. So, um, very strong play for me at 3.
All right, there you go. Like it. And again, that's for you to back Seattle. You have this pure hatred in
Oh,
your
I hate them.
gut
I hate them.
for
There's no
Seattle.
hiding it. But that's a fan in me. But
I'm to point that.
gambler first.
Speaking of square, I'm gonna take the square route with this one, and I guess chalk it up to a week one overreaction on both sides here. Whether that's the Cowboys looking pretty good against the Eagles, even though they did lose, and the Giants looking like dog shit, and Russell Wilson looking like dog shit. But I'm gonna go with Dallas in their home opener here and back them at 5.5. Like we mentioned earlier here, this could very well be the final start for Russell Wilson in that Giants offense here, because that's how bad he was in Washington last week. And I don't know if I'm pretty sure it was just a rumor, but did you see that thing on Twitter that Dayball already went up to ownership when it was saying like, "Hey, I want Jackson Dart
Saw
starting."
it. I saw
I don't
it.
know if that's true or not, but it was out in the hemisphere on X. So do with that what you will. I kind of believe it because
Wouldn't shock me.
if you saw what Jackson Dart was doing in the preseason, I wouldn't have been shocked if they went with Jackson Dart in week one as the starting quarterback. Like that wouldn't have shocked me if that news happened. So they're going to give Russell Wilson one more chance on a big stage, Dallas's home opener, and I'm banking on him shitting his pants again, and would not rule out seeing Dart maybe in the fourth quarter if it goes south here. So give me the Cowboys. It's square as shit. I know it. Cowboys -5.5.
It's square, but at the end of the day, the Cowboys are usually a square betting team just because the public loves to bet the Cowboys. It just is what it is. I support this
Well, not to
um,
mention, it's like they got their new coach. Dak Prescott's healthy. CeeDee Lamb looked phenomenal last week.
until the fourth quarter.
They got their new wideout, yeah, until the fourth quarter. They got their new wideout, George Pickens, new running back. So I think they're going to be pumped up. They're going to be ready to um, reassure some of their fans with the Michael Parsons trade. I think they're going to show up in a big way. That's just me.
I mean, Dak overall beats the shit out of bad football teams, and
That too.
that's historically his thing. So I could see them piling on here. I don't hate this bet. I just don't. I'm trying not to overreact to what we saw in week one. What I will say is, while we're talking about the Cowboys, that was the first little Instagram video we made for the show, doing like the Thursday night. I did a video for Thursday night, Friday night, Monday night.
Yeah, good job on that.
And we got some good feedback from people. Our guy Eddie C, always nice on Twitter and Instagram. Love that guy. So thanks for listening and supporting the show. Appreciate you. Left a nice comment about that. Um, the goal is to give you guys as much what I play. I'll tell you guys again. I'm not telling you have to play these things. We went 2-1 on them, and then one we lost with Chicago, and I still can't believe they lost that game. But that's the Bears for you. But support the Cowboys here. I haven't bet it yet. May or may not get to the window there. Talk to me on Sunday morning. I'll do another prop show in the ads that I add into the thing as well.
And if you do play fantasy football, one piece of advice I have for you: sell high on Javonte Williams. Sell the fuck high,
Mm,
because that ain't gonna last. Two
Jaden Blue
touchdowns a
didn't
game.
play the other night. I like Jaden Blue.
Yeah,
Small
I think
guy, but I think he will be the
they're gonna. Yeah,
better running back halfway through the year.
I completely agree. All right, let's go over to you for your third like, Matt.
All right, pal. Third like for me, LA Rams going to the Titans. Line is kind of 50-50 here. It's some spots 5.5, some spots 6. I bet it at 6. I'll give it out at 6 because there's plenty of spots you can get the 6, and I still like it at 5.5 for what that's worth. But give me the Titans in this spot. Tennessee looked bad in week 1, right? They turned Bo Nix over 4 times in that game, 4 times starting in the Denver territory and mustered up 2 field goals. But I give that to the Denver defense more so than the Tennessee offense. I
Absolutely.
think, while I'm a big believer in this Rams team and their defense, um, they are not the Denver Broncos, and I think you'll see a much better showing from the Tennessee offense in this game. I think Cam Ward will get it going a little bit. First game at home. Um, this game is going to be close. I will be stunned if this is a blowout. The Rams are really banged up on their offensive line, and they're also consistently a slow starting team. We even saw that. I had to sweat out that game last week.
Yeah.
14-9. They had to force a fumble inside the red zone last week to end that game. So, with that said, wasn't exactly a comfortable win. Um, and while Houston's defense is legitimately top 5, like I love their defense. I don't think the Titans are a top 5 defense by any stretch of the imagination, but I also do think they're very underrated. I think the Titans are a lot better than the average person thinks. I just think getting 6 at home opener. I think this offense is going to be much improved to what we've seen over the last few years because I do think Cam Ward will be decent. I'm not saying he's going to be a
He wasn't
stud, but
terrible in his
no,
debut.
he wasn't terrible. He went up. He has an awful matchup. I mean, just going a
Right.
mile high in your
Oh,
first NFL start against like
worst case
probably
scenario.
the best
Yeah.
defense in the league.
Yep.
I mean, they were everywhere. But for me, I just think like the Rams coming over 10 a.m. start. They don't do it as well as Seattle does it. I'll say that much. They'll compete, but are they going to win this game by a touchdown? I don't see it. I think this game could be tied going into the fourth. Field goal game going into the fourth. How do they finish? We'll see. But I'm laying it with the Titans, or I'm not laying it. I'm taking it with the Titans here. Give me the +6. I think they can cover it. Will they win the game? Wouldn't shock me.
Hmm.
That is one I may get to the window by Sunday morning on a money line sprinkle. Haven't
Ooh.
done it yet, but I'm waiting to see where this line goes.
Plus 190 for the money line.
Yeah, I need at least 200,
Yeah.
which I think we'll get to.
I think that's trending that way too. All right, my final like for the slate here, and this is a pure principle play. Like
Oh
whenever I see
boy.
this,
Oh boy. Just
just
looking at the
have
sheet
to.
now, Tuck.
I'm sorry, you have to. Chiefs plus 1.5 home versus the Eagles. I'm sorry. Home dogs, Arrowhead Stadium, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes. I'll take it 9 times out of 10.
Super
And that
Bowl
maybe that one
rematch.
time is where I get fucked.
Super Bowl rematch.
I
That
don't give
game
it.
was not close, but different teams. Different teams. That's all I'm going to
Yeah,
say.
different teams. Like Philly has lost some major pieces from that Super Bowl team, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I know Worthy dislocated his shoulder. I don't know if he's going to be playing or not. Apparently, he's got to have a brace. I don't know what that situation is, but whatever it is, even if he's available or not, you know that Andy Reid's going to have him limited in some capacity. And maybe that's using him in the running game or something like that. Or again, he might not play at all. I don't know. But what I do know is that I will back Mahomes and Reed as home dogs, especially on their home opener in a Super Bowl rematch, especially too. So give me the Chiefs plus 1.5. I think that the Chiefs defense is going to be the ones to step it up against this Philly offense here. I'll take the Chiefs dogs any day.
Two of the more disappointing week 1 teams to me. And I was on the Cowboys and the Chargers, so I was happy about this. But Kansas City, I don't know what happened. Worthy must have been a huge part of that game plan because
I think he was, yeah.
which wouldn't shock you, right? Like obviously, but man, they just looked tough. Their secondary was getting toasted. Um, and just an interesting way to be. And now my hesitation with the Chiefs is not just that they looked bad, but you're flying back from Brazil. You do have
Oh,
the
whatever.
extra time, but like,
Yeah,
well,
the extra 2 days.
well last year we saw Philly and Green Bay out in Brazil, right? And both teams struggled in their week 2 game. Like I think the Falcons just outright beat Philly on Monday Night Football, and
Hmm.
then from the Green Bay side, I think they were in Jacksonville and didn't cover. I'd have to go back and look. They were somewhere. They won, but it was close. And in a Malik Willis game. So I will say I do think it is hard to bet against Kansas City Chiefs as dogs. If I was to play this though, I would be on Philly. I just last year's Super Bowl was so eye opening, but I also can't do it for the reason you're saying. I can't pull the trigger on it. I'm not betting this game. I will simply watch this game. I'll root you home because I'm not on it and I have no care in the world otherwise. So hoping the Chiefs actually win this game for you or at least cover the 1.5. But I have no play. I can't get there. I lean Philly, but the two situations, just a complete watch game for me.
Yeah, I just think that they're going to be ready for it, and they've
I
had
get why you're doing it. Believe me, I it's looking at the
game
Chiefs
plan.
like
Yeah.
Jesus, dogs at home.
All right. Your final like, Matt.
My final likes Monday Night Football, the first game because we get two, 7 p.m. kickoff, I believe it is, and this is gonna this is gonna be my kryptonite if this doesn't work. But I'm taking the Texans -2.5 against Tampa. Um,
Hmm.
I still don't like Tampa. Emeka Ibuka played awesome. Um, Other than that, I wasn't impressed at all with Tampa, to be totally honest with you. The Bucky Irving played okay. Now you're going Monday Night Football, 0-1 team, complete desperation here for Houston. Home game. They always play better at home, Houston does. That defense is so talented, and just they deserve to win that game against the Rams the way that defense played. So really like that just to start. Little nervous about fading Tampa because they have been my kryptonite. I said that last week on the show. Not a best bet though, so we'll start there. But if I lose fading Tampa again, I might have to stop it. But other things here, Houston's offense scored 9 points, defense very legit. Houston might get Christian Kirk back in this game, which would be a great boost. I don't think it's going to happen, but he is a potential. They said originally they thought he'd miss 2 weeks, but he's going to try to go. Again, my gut says he doesn't, but it is Wednesday, right? So we don't know yet. I would love to see him go, even if he does play. I think it'll be limited, obviously, but even just having him out there, just another weapon for that Houston offense, which desperately needs some help. I thought that was pretty clear. Besides Nico Collins, they don't really have like a guy they can go to. I do like the rookie Higgins. I think Schultz is a pretty solid tight end. So they got guys. I'm not worried about that. But I think
Question mark.
what's that?
Run game's a huge
Oh,
question.
run game's tough. The run game's tough. But end of the day, I don't think I do think Houston will succeed here. I think they're going to shut down Tampa for the most part. But one thing I did want to say, I know they scored 9 points, but C.J. Stroud looked pretty good last week. In watching that game, he was making good throws. Like he looked more like the guy his rookie season than he did his second year. I know again they only scored 9 points, but credit to the Rams on that because I think their defense is solid as well. Um, we talked about Baker struggling early already. Atlanta's defense is just nowhere near this Houston team. And I think it going Monday Night Football, home opener for Houston, starting 0-1. I think this game is absolutely a Houston win. And if you're giving me under a field goal, I have to take that. So give me the desperate Houston team -2.5. I think to get the job done here against Tampa.
Feels like it might be an under game too.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like this feels like it's a 21-13 type of game.
Yeah, like I could totally see that. Totally see that 21 or 20-14 or 20-16, something like that. It should be a good game though. I'm excited to watch it.
All right, let's head over to the rest here, and let's start with Thursday Night Football, Matthew. Commanders going on the road to Lambeau Field to take on the 3.5 favored Green Bay Packers. Point total on this one is 48.5. Where you leaning, buddy?
I don't know. I don't know. I like both of
Right,
these
moving on.
teams. But I will say I will not. I most likely will not be able to do a video tomorrow. I have an event that I have to be at pretty much all
Oh,
day.
I have an event. I have
Well, I'm a big shot. I'm a fucking big shot, and
I
it's
I
it's
couldn't
part of the
stand to
time
do
you
a
have to do it.
video.
You know what?
Oh,
Maybe I'll do the video from the event. Maybe I'll do that.
what's the event?
Yeah, it's just a little work thing I got to take care of.
Oh, I have a
Um,
work thing.
little big shot, little big shot. But I lean
We're gonna
Packers right
be at
now.
a tea party.
Lean Packers.
Couldn't dare do
I
a
think it
video
might come down to three.
podcast.
Listen, all right, I'll fucking do the video. All right, I'll find some time to do the
Just go
fucking
into the
video, and
go into
I'll
the stall and bang out a quick video,
yeah,
okay?
well,
Of
sometimes,
the
well,
podcast and
instead of
football
banging out
clip.
what I got to bang
Yeah.
out, I'll bang out a video for you. All right, I'll take care of the people before myself. All right, lean Packers. I'm just gonna say that right now. If it gets to three, I'll play the Packers. Small wouldn't be a top five like bet in the picks if it was a Sunday game. I'm very excited for this game. Two teams I really like with two good offenses, two very good defenses. Um, but at Lambeau, Packers look fucking awesome. Period. Point blank. Period. But do they come down from that high of beating the Lions? That's the concern. 3.5. Just not a play unless I would lean Washington. I need three if I'm getting to the Packers side.
Um, yeah, I don't know.
Even the total, they're two good offenses, but like
Fuck.
Thursday night football, this is gonna be an awesome game.
Who are the Commanders playing in week 3?
Week 3. Hold on, let me take out my little.
I'm doing the same thing
spreadsheet.
you're doing. It's
My
the
spreadsheet.
Raiders. Okay. And the Packers have the Browns next week.
Browns. I
So
like
like
the
who gives a
Browns.
fuck?
Yeah, it's no like look ahead situation. These teams will be on each other's minds for sure.
Yeah. All right. So you're leaning Packers, but no
No
real
play yet.
yeah.
I'll make the video. All right, I'll make the video.
Do something.
Sensitive bricks out there.
Well, you're gonna get bombarded with texts. Be like, hey,
Yeah, what are we doing Thursday night football? And I'm probably
I'm
gonna
doing
bet something. I will bet something.
what's Prisco doing?
I'll tell the people what I'm doing.
All right. This line keeps moving heavily in favor of the Baltimore Ravens as they host the Cleveland Browns. This morning it was 11.5. At this moment, Wednesday afternoon, it is now 12.5. The Ravens are favored. Point total is 45.5. Can't get there with the divisional opponent. Just can't do it.
Open 12.5. Got bet down to 10.5. Now it's back to
Did it?
11.5 in most spots. 12.5 on DraftKings. I know that's what
I
you're using.
did not realize that. Okay.
Yeah, open 12.5. Got steamed down quick. I think if you wanted to bet the Ravens, you already missed it. It's not going back to 10.5. And it is a lot of points. But if there's any team that's going to cover this number in a division game right now, it's the Ravens. I could see this going and getting ugly, but it's too many points too. Cleveland with Flacco was pretty good. I mean, their defense is legit. So, and they've played Baltimore tough over the years. So, like, I'm not interested in getting involved in this game. I could see either side covering.
Ravens have the Lions on deck for Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
at home, mind you.
But they don't want to start 0-2 like they did last year either. So,
yeah, this could be a smash spot, like 31-9 or something.
I could see this being a close game or a blowout. Like, I have no feel in this game
I'd
at
lean
all.
blowout, but it's just I can't get there with the original opponent. Yeah. Okay, we got to talk about your team, Matt. The San Francisco 49ers, who do not employ a trainer, apparently, because every time they play a football game, somebody or multiple people get hurt, it seems like, for years now.
Yep.
What the fuck's going on with your team?
They just always hurt. It's just the way it goes.
No,
I don't
why?
know. They've had three different trainers. It's just, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. It always happens. Always
of the muscles better.
Shit. Good God. Three different trainers. 3 different trainings. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of it. And now I could be watching Mac fucking Jones on Sunday, okay? My nightmare. I got suspended for a quick hour on Twitter. So I told
Yeah,
Adam Schefter
that's
I
an
was going to
interesting
kill
tweet.
myself on Facebook Live and told him to tune in. They made me delete that. But
Do
I
you
came
think it?
back.
Do you think it was because of the suicide
Yeah,
aspect of the
probably. You probably
people,
can't go on social media saying you're going to kill yourself.
or was it because you mentioned you were going to broadcast it on Facebook and not
That's
X?
also possibly it. I don't know, but they made me delete it. But I'm just, this is like, I can't with this team. I get Mac Jones
Yeah, that's right, Matt.
to Kendrick Bourne, who's back as a Niner.
Did
Watch,
you
he's
say
going to
that?
light up the Saints. Mac Jones is going to light up the Saints. Look, I will say this. I'm going to say this right now. The Saints played very hard last week. Um, if Brock Purdy was playing, and he still may play. We don't know. He's got 72 injuries, toe,
It's not even his
shoulder.
throwing shoulder, by the way.
No, but his toe is the bigger concern.
Oh, okay.
Um, so if he doesn't play, I think it's because of the toe. But
Did he hurt his
the
toe last week?
yeah, you heard it. Yeah, battle back though. 7 for 7. By the way, no big deal in the end of that game. No Debo, obviously not on the team. No Ayuk, no Jennings who got hurt, no Kittle. Still won't get his praise though. He's throwing a John Tamales to Tonjes. Who the fuck that guy? If you have a
He
Niner that I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
didn't look that
That's
bad.
pretty, and he played well. By the way.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say this. This would have been on my card if Brock was playing, and if he plays, I may add it, and it would be the Saints.
Four and a
Um,
half, mind you.
it was 6.5, and it went down to 4.5 with the Purdy news. I thought this was a trap spot for the Niners all along, anyways, coming off that huge win in Seattle. Um, Saints are going to play, they're going to be pesky. I still think they're going to suck, but they did do some things that were impressive. If I have to watch Mac Jones to Kendrick Bourne and Marquez Valdez Scantling next week,
That guy's alive. I didn't even
yeah,
know
oh
he
yeah,
was
they signed
employed.
him. He'll go deep, and Mac will underthrow him by 47 yards. I can't. This is just a disaster. Just run the ball with Christian McCaffrey, and you could cover 4.5. Though this is getting real cheap now. This is getting real cheap. I mean, the Cardinals were 6.5 point favorites last week, so in New Orleans. So
Arizona almost
not a
didn't
play.
cover.
It was close. They were pesky. I'm telling you, the Saints team was
Yeah.
pesky. Rattler played better than I thought he would, um, but they're dreadful. The Niners put out a defense. They should cover this number. That's what I'm saying. So
By the way,
Saleh had the boys back, by the way.
this was a near like for total tuck this week, but I
Total tuck. What are you going to do? Under? Got to be under.
yeah,
You
oh,
weren't
of
going
course.
over with Mac
Fucking
Jones.
Jones. Yeah.
Even with Purdy, I think this is a good underplay. Because I don't think the Saints are going to do much offensively.
No.
Even if they won the game outright, I don't think they're going to do much. I think it'd be like a 16-13 game. Like I don't expect a lot of points in this game.
Although Juwan Johnson might be having
Finally, they're
a
using the guy because Taysom Hill's on the IR.
yeah, they might finally have this guy finally break out.
We'll see.
But
I feel like he's the week one waiver
yeah,
guy
he
every
could.
year. I feel like can they actually utilize him? Because I don't think he's a bad player. I just think they overuse Taysom Hill. So now that he's out, they're kind of forced to use him. I think that's a good thing for the Saints.
Mm.
Olave made it through a week. Congratulations, Chris. No ice cream headache. That was good to see. So we'll see if he can make it through week 2. But low scoring. I'm annoyed. Kittle on the IR. Jennings is going to play though. I think.
Jaguars and Bengals. Bengals favored by 3.5. Point total on this one is 48.5, down from 49.5 from what I saw this morning. So I thought that movement was kind of interesting because it seems like this has shootout written all over it, unless it's just not. The Jags are going to jag. Maybe that's it.
Whole world is on the Jags. The
Yeah.
whole world. This open 5.5, come all down to 3.5. I'm sitting here waiting for a 3. If I get a 3, I'm taking Cincinnati. And I don't.
I think you
Listen,
might
I
I
like the
think you might
Jags. I
see it
bet them
now.
to win the South, but this is an overreaction at this point, in my opinion. You saw the Bengals offense look terrible last week, 7 yards in the second half. Do you think the Bengals are going to have 7 yards in the second half this week, Tuck? Because I don't. I don't see that happening. Bengals will look much better on offense. I am not worried about that team's offense whatsoever. I think they ran into a really good defense, division opponent that knows them really well. They were laying too many points, as you pointed out. And now I just think the Jags looked good, But I think the box score tells you otherwise, right? 178 yards for Trevor Lawrence. I think they did come out with a run game. Carolina's defense was dreadful against the run, like absolutely dreadful. Something to just take note of there. But um, I think this is an overreaction. Even if it's 3.5, I might end up getting there. But I think we're going to see threes pop sooner than later. It's just not there yet. No play right now.
All right, we have the Bears heading to Detroit. Detroit favored by 5.5. Point total on this one is 47.5. Just a weird, bizarre line. No,
Was close for me.
for Detroit.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. The reason I'm off is Ben Johnson knows these guys.
Oh yeah,
And you got that angle. So, but the way they lost on Monday night reminded me a lot. Not as bad as losing in that Hail Mary game, but Jesus, they had all the momentum. Stadium going nuts. Fans look like they're like, we're back. We finally got it. We got Ben Johnson. Things are
that
moving
place was
good.
pumping.
17-6. Caleb looked awesome in the first half,
Yep.
and they lose. And the way they lost to JJ McCarthy, who did nothing for 3 quarters, and Kevin O'Connell found a way to make that team win that game. And JJ executed, and you got to give him his props. But man, that felt like such a Bears loss. There's certain teams that would only lose that game. The Jets, the Bears, those teams are just those are the teams that lose those games, and they can't close this out. Um, Now, the Lions, I know I've been down on them. I'm down on them compared to their expectations. I just thought like too many coaches. They lost, and they have offensive line issues themselves. But going home here, 5.5,
Yep.
it's Lions or nothing for me.
This was a near like for me. Arizona Cardinals favored by 6.5. Point total on this one is 44.5 as they host the Carolina Panthers. And I was not going to back the Cardinals. I was going to back the Panthers. I just don't know if we're going to see this Bryce Young thing again, where he just sucks to start the year and then he has a reclamation project at the latter half of the year. Like, is that the kind of Bryce Young we're going to see? Or I thought we were ready to see Bryce Young take that next step forward and extend what we saw at the tail end of last year into this year, but we did not see that whatsoever in week one in Jacksonville. So I couldn't get there with the Panthers at 6.5, but just seems like Arizona being favored by 6.5 is super baity and square.
Yeah, I think you know where I lean. I have a strong lean to the Panthers right now. I do. I bet the Panthers a ton. I added them last week. They get smoked. But they played like shit. The Jags D was really, really good defensively. D line really got after Bryce Young, and that he really had no time. Um, to go to 6.5 here is insane to me.
What did it open at?
Um, what's that?
What did it open at?
It was open at around 6, so
Okay.
5.5, 6, I think it was. I don't have it up in front of me, but I saw five and a
Okay.
half and sixes floating. I cannot get there. With the Cardinals should not be laying 7 to just about anyone. I didn't bet them last week against a team I thought would be the worst team in the league, even though they were on the road. I can't lay 6.5 here. I think Carolina probably covers this number.
If
I think
Bryce Young,
Carolina could win this game.
yeah, honestly, it wouldn't fully shock me. Like this could be like Cardinals just kind of typical Cardinals fashion, shit in their pants where they shouldn't. Uh,
Kyler Murray's just too inconsistent for me. Like I cannot bet this guy as 6.5 point
let's
favorite against anyone.
and let's see if this chemistry can carry over from week one with what we saw with Marvin Harrison and Kyler. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but we saw a strong debut from Marvin Harrison in week one last year, and then it was just super inconsistent the rest of the way.
Yeah.
So can they carry that over and put up some serious points against this Panthers defense? I don't know. Let's see if that Marvin Harrison magic continues this week.
Yeah, I think more of a game to watch for me. But if this gets to 7,
Could be a fun one.
I'm gonna
Could be a
click. I'm
fun
gonna
one.
click on the Panthers again if it gets to 7.
Last but not least, we have our second Monday night game here to cover. The Chargers in Las Vegas to take on the Raiders, the 1-0 Raiders. They are 3.5 point dogs taking on the Chargers. And the point total on this one is 46.5. Kind of want to lean Raiders here for some reason. I don't know. I don't know.
It's the hook. 3.5 is a nice number for Vegas. I thought two teams that played pretty well. Chargers were dynamite. Justin Herbert, like, where have you been? This is the guy we were waiting for. And they let him throw it. He was airing it out. He was as good as he's ever looked.
Yep.
Rumors swirling. He's dating Madison Beer. He's got new confidence, I think. Jesus, he looked awesome. And now goes to Vegas. At 3, lean the Chargers. 3.5, I lean Vegas. Close game, Monday Night Football. I also lean the under.
All right, let's head over to our best bets here, Matt, and I'll go first, and I'll keep it somewhat brief because nobody gives a fuck. I'm
Oh,
back in our New England Patriots this week, and Matt,
oh my God.
listen, fucking listen. Believe me or not, but going into and ask some of my friends if that matters. I had the Raiders winning last week, and I got cute
Yeah.
with my week 1 picks, looking at the total when I should have just backed the Raiders. I just didn't have the feels of it last week in terms of the Patriots winning that game. I still think their depth is lacking. They still need to figure it out with McDaniels and Drake May. We clearly saw that evidence in week 1 versus an experienced Pete Carroll. Um, and I had the Raiders going into it the whole time, so I should have just picked the Raiders and done that.
For what it's worth, you also liked Indianapolis and not Miami.
Correct.
Yeah. I know
What?
that. We talked about that.
Yeah. What's that got to do? Did you pick?
No, you were getting cute with your picks. You liked
Oh,
Indianapolis.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I should have just fucking picked Indy. That's what I do. That's what I try to get too cute. You know,
Tried to get too cute.
like my Chiefs pick, fucking adorable. It's cute.
Adorable Philly by
Oh,
14.
it's a little cute. It's a little fucking cute. So that's my fatal flaw when it comes to this is I'm too cutesy with some of these picks, and I
But
can't help.
not this one.
No, this one I do think that the Patriots are going to take care of business here. They're going to clean up their offense. They're going to simplify it versus this Miami Dolphins defense that just looked incapable last week versus Daniel Jones in that Colts offense. Like this is where Miami collapses. You're going to drop your home opener versus a rebuilding Patriots team. This is where it starts in terms of the calls, and it's already been happening, but in terms of more escalation is the firing of Coach Mike McDaniel. I feel like he's completely lost the players. He's lost that locker room. He had some like weird comments last week. If you can refresh my memory, but it was
Yeah,
just
he's always
weird.
has weird
It was
comments.
just
He's a
a
weird
no,
guy.
but like in the past, it was just like, oh, this guy's kind of funny, and now it's just like, oh, is he just a douche? Um, I think he's going to be fired, and I think this is where you really start to see that pile on the calls for him to get fired.
I don't think he'll need calls. I think he gets fired if they lose this game. I don't care if it's week 2.
Yeah,
I think
that
he
wouldn't
gets
shock me.
fired.
That wouldn't shock me at all. They could have a quick trigger on this one, but I think as for the Patriots, they're going to get Henderson a lot more involved. He was not involved as much as he should have been in his debut. I think it was like 60% favoring Ramondre Stevenson, which is just wrong. Henderson was clearly the best player on the field aside from Kayshon Boutte. Um, Steph Diggs, I look for him to get a lot more involved in this offense this week. And I think McDaniels is going to realize that he needs to simplify it for Drake May, who's clearly just in his head and overwhelmed. And we got to take a step back, get away from Foxborough, go on the road to Miami, take care of a divisional rival, get fucking hammered in Miami in victory celebration, get the team back together. Pat's plus 1.5 on this one.
Tom Brady couldn't win in Miami. I need to see the Patriots win in Miami before I get back. And this
Yeah.
is like again, I think Mike McDaniel gets fired if they lose the game. I know it's week 2. I
Yep.
know this sounds crazy, but I would love to cash my Mike McDaniel first coach fired plus 650 future that we gave out on the show. Maybe that's a little bit hopeful on my part, but I honestly can't see if you go and get absolutely shellacked by the Colts, who are a bottom 5 team. Well, that's what we thought going into the year. Let's just say
That's the
that.
thing. It
We
was
thought
over. It was over immediately,
that
Matt.
game was
Over
over
immediately.
immediately,
Like red flag.
and then lose to New England. I, Trevion got engaged though. That
That's
feels like a hammy
good.
coming. Just I don't know, it's a bad vibe. Marriage is a bad vibe. Just a bad vibe. I love my wife, your sister, but
Yeah.
it's just these players. They get married and they're thinking. I mean, Kelsey's getting married in November.
Weren't
It's
you
middle of
just
football
praising
season.
Justin Herbert?
Yeah, but he's just banging. He's not married. He's dating
I
a
thought he,
hot Madison
I
Beersbury
thought
hot
they got
chick.
engaged.
No, just
No?
rumors they're
No.
dating.
No, okay.
And we'll see. We'll see. I get worried for the guy. I get worried for the guy. He's too young for this. But hey, love is love. Love is love. But that's aside. I want nothing to do with this game. I
Just
will say this: if I was going to bet, it would be Miami. Because if you cannot beat this
fuck you.
team, if you can't beat this team, like, forget it.
I just
Forget it.
think I just think that Vrabel knows he has to win this game because he doesn't want to come back home 0-2 to face Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin and the Steelers.
No, I get it. I get it.
I think they absolutely know they got to win this game.
I think Miami hates each other. Like, I think they
Yeah,
hate
that too.
Tyreek Hill.
I don't think
They
they're going to
hate
show up
Tyreek Hill.
because of all this
And
shit going on this week now.
there's a lot there with Miami. So I want nothing to do with them. But I didn't understand the Pats like playoff talk hype
I didn't
before
know.
the year.
I'm on that camp, but yeah.
And like I don't know. I'm just away from it. Good luck though. I'll root you home.
Again, I feel like I know this team very well
Yeah.
in terms of gut feels. Uh, again, I said the Raiders were going to win last week. I'm feeling like they're going to win this week. The Patriots.
Okay. All right.
So there you go. Best bet plus 1.5 Pats. Go ahead, Matt. What's your best bet?
All right. Indianapolis, Denver, 4 o'clock slate. Um, we saw Indy play unbelievable last week, right? Absolutely blew out the Dolphins. Wasn't close. And Daniel Jones played the best game of his life. His O line played really, really well, and that was question mark for this team. Well, can they protect whoever the quarterback was, right? Like, um, and they did. They stepped up and they played awesome. They came out for Jim Irsay and won a game. They talked about how much that game meant to them. Extra motivation on the sidelines there. We're seeing a ton of Indianapolis money come in right now, and I'm fading that. You can give me the Broncos -1.5 on the road. This was the Miami Dolphins, who we did not like at all. And I don't like the Colts at all. And I'm not just going to change that over one game. If Daniel Jones wants to come in here and beat me, so be it. But prove it first against the best defense in football. I mentioned earlier, Denver turned the ball over 4 times. 4 times last week. And Tennessee started all 4 of those drives inside Denver territory. They scored 6 points on 2 field goals. Like, this defense is legitimate. They're the best defense in football. It's not close. They had 6 sacks. We'll see how this Colts offensive line plays against that defense. I expect a much better offensive performance out of Bo Nix. I know it's year 2. A lot of quarterbacks tend to take a step backwards in year 2 because you get that off season. There's tape on these guys, but there's so much talent on that Denver team, on that offense just alone. Never mind the defense. I think they can handle this Indy team. I still think Indianapolis is a bottom 5 team. I'm not buying the hype. I know they play well at home. Um, Denver could not have played worse and still almost covered the 8.5 closing number. And if you got it earlier, they did close because it was 7 all off season, 7.5. So most people, if you bet Denver, should have had that number. So there's that. I do expect Sean Payton to get the run game going a little bit more. I don't think they ever got that started. They'll feed RJ Harvey, and Dobbins had a nice run in that game, but I think they get him going a little more. I think a nice 1-2 punch there.
Knicks
I expect
bounces back.
what's that?
You think Knicks bounces back?
Yeah, I do think the Bo Nix bounces back here. I do. I think they get the run game going first and open things up. I also think Nix will get going in the run game too because he can move. I think that's a nice little added weapon here. On top of the Denver defense just playing lights out. One sneaky thing that I love in this game is that even though it's in Indianapolis, 4:05 kick, no difference to the bodies for these guys playing at earlier start time. I really like that. I think that's a sneaky uh, benefit for Denver. Getting them at 1.5 feels like an absolute gift to me. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and maybe it'll end up being a square play. But this Denver team is so much better than this Indianapolis team. I make the game 3.5. I'm
Wow.
getting it at 1.5 through a key number. This is I love Denver here. Absolute love. So absolutely smashing this. Give me the Broncos -1.5. Best bet.
So when you say you're smashing this,
Smashing it.
talk to me.
Talking to you.
Well, you know, is this a typical best bet or is this a smash best bet?
Uh,
Typical?
it's not my most. It's not the heaviest bet I've ever played, but it's more than my typical best bet.
Okay, so slightly more than your typical average best bet.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Just wanted to,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you say smash, that puts forth like people wanting to just hammer the fuck out of it. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. Well, I bet I play
clarify.
my I won't even give you units because I play so differently than most people. We have everyone's got a unit that
No,
they
we don't
play
need fucking units.
off of. I know, but I'm saying like that's why I'm not even going to talk about it because it's like all over the place how I bet
Quarter
football is
unit
different.
on this.
Yeah, no, I don't bet quarter units ever.
Okay, stupid.
Yeah, but a lot, a few units,
As they have no bankroll.
quite a bit of units on the Broncos for me
All right.
in this
So you like
game.
it to 3.5. Currently, they are
I
-1.5.
like it to 3. It's not going to get there. I don't have to worry about it, but I
You
would
you
not.
like it to 3.
I make it 3.5 is all I'm
You
saying.
make it 3.5. Okay, gotcha. All right, cool. Recap: Bills Jets over 46.5. Jets +7 for Matt in that one game. Atlanta, I'm backing +4. Cowboys -5.5. Chiefs cute +1.5. And then for you, Seattle +3. Tennessee +6. Houston -2.5. Best bets: Pats +1.5. They're gonna win. And Denver -1.5. Matt likes them to 3. Okay. Subscribe, like, follow us, all of that stuff.
Comment.
Especially on YouTube at Better in Laws, socials, TikTok at Better in Laws. And we'll do it again next week. Good luck, everybody.
See you guys.